Hello there, Sir from 17 once again, introducing you to my Dark Souls video walkthrough. This one we're going to be playing around in the depths and killing the Capra demon. Which I probably should have said first, because that's what you do first before you can even get to the depths. But this is pretty much a pilgrimage in breaking the game before you even get to Sen's Fortress. Because I've already broke the game, effectively. This weapon here is so powerful that I should not struggle on anything because of how powerful it is. As long as I know how to use it, as long as I use it properly, it's a damaging tool. But if you do not have this, it's not the end of the world, because you will get good weapons throughout the game. And I'm also showing you how to get the Pyromancy Flame Ascended at a very early stage. And watch this for bullshit. Anybody who's had to farm for that weapon and it's took forever, I feel you, because it took me ages to get that on my first character, and I just got it there in my very first attempt at smacking that knight. That's ridiculous. But what this is going to be here is, I've already showed you how to get down into the Undead Burg. You know, the traditional way of going down in the clock tower key, or whatever it is, the basement key, and going down the ladder and all that good stuff, killing all the stuff. Really bad description there, doing the stuff with the stuff. And I'm also going to show you the shortcut that I mentioned in that video now, and this shortcut can be really finicky to do. All you have to do technically is roll off the roof and land on a ledge, but because of invisible walls, because of, you know, just awkwardness, it can be much more difficult than it looks. And I've done it a couple times now, I'm actually getting much better at it, but this was my first time trying it, and it took me about 5 or 6 goes just to land on it. And a word of warning, if your life isn't high enough, you can't survive the fall to the shortcut. And just look at this, complete and utter pro play. And it's all because that this weapon is designed to be a boss killer. It's designed to smash things as slow and as heavy as itself, so against the quicker dudes, it's not the best weapon, which is why in some situations it's not the best against the environment. And in PvP, it's absolute trash, unless you're up against someone who's an idiot, or unless you specialise in slow but heavy weapons, which I really don't. So that's what you've got to land on, this little ledge here. Then when you're on here, you've got to jump to your right to land down here. And like I say, it takes off a lot of damage, as you've just seen, but it is a very quick way of getting into this area without any keys. So use it if you wish to, practice it if you want to, or don't even use it at all, because I don't think you'd ever miss it. It's just so cool not to try. And when I tried it, I wanted to try and get good at it, so I did try quite a lot. And I'm running back through all these people here, which is a mistake, because I'm very weak. My character does not have the highest life, I just have this massive weapon. I move back into the fire there, set myself on fire, always good. But the AI has trouble climbing stairs, and that's to my benefit. But why I've come this way is I've shown you how to jump down, but I've also shown you this. I did not open this door when I was first in this area, and if you do so, this leads back to the bonfire that we all know and love. The one that has the ladder that leads to the dragon. So you've got a nice circuitous route now to lead all the way back to the depths, just in case the Capra demon kills you. And you can either come down this way that I've just shown, or you can come from Firelink. And I would actually prefer Firelink because I think it's better, but I wanted to show you both, just in case you needed them. That's technically what a guide is supposed to do, and hopefully this will be helping. But I've been putting up a lot of player versus player invasion videos to anybody who's new or who hasn't checked out my stuff. If you have no interest in checking my stuff out, that's perfectly fine. It's to each their own and all that good stuff. But it's been getting some really good remarks, it's been getting some really good attention, people are enjoying it, but I am attracting the same people that I knew I would attract, and that is these people that believe invasions have no rules, or invasions should literally be, you know, do whatever you can to win. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that mentality. That is the mentality that a lot of people that play this game have. All I'm saying is I disagree with that. Because when I invade somebody, I'm not there to grief them, I'm not there to ruin their day, I'm there to go up against a human opponent and get the best challenge I can, to prove to myself whether or not I am better than that specific person on that day, on that moment. That is why I do it, and as I've said in previous videos, I would rather lose honourably than win dishonorably, because I can't do it. It means more to me than just winning. I could wear the best equipment, the cheesiest weapons, I could use the most bullshit strategies, I could just gouge every stat and invade with the Dark Moon, level 400, taking on people 300 levels lower, but I don't want to do that, because that to me isn't fun. That to me is just... That's the equivalent of putting invincibility and unlimited ammo in a game and then smashing it and thinking you're good. That's what that is to me. I don't see the point at all. And don't get me wrong, I used to see a point because I used to be young and I used to, you know, I used to be a retard, effectively, because I would cheat for days on games. I remember the original Turoks on the N64. As soon as I figured out the all-weapon cheat, I never went back. I was all weapons and limited ammo, invincibility, and I enjoyed that game a whole lot more because it was hard and I was bad at games. But I matured and I changed and my perspective changed on things. And I do take games more... watch this. Where did that one come from? Be very careful with these ninjas. I completely forgot that they were still alive. That's why I end up getting gang-whacked just then. So be real careful. And I'm being really cavalier at this moment in time, folks, so try to be a lot more sensible than I am. I'm just cocky and I've played this game too much, and in my arrogance I do make mistakes. But you get to a place where if you do take games more serious than most people, that you have ideologies with them, you have your own moral set, and it wouldn't be for everybody to have the same morals or to have the same ideology, because what's the point in that? That's what makes us different. It's like having an opinion. Everybody's got their own perspective on things, but when you come to my channel, watch my videos, and then go against my opinion because you can't understand why I have it, why would you even watch the content? It makes no sense. The whole point in my videos and my channel is for me to impart a piece of my personality into the video game content that I put up. The number one factor is to make videos that help people. That's the best one. The second one is to make videos that entertain people. And putting my opinion out there, I will get people that disagree with me, and that's perfectly fine. I'll get people who agree with me. But saying that my opinion about this honor stuff in the PvP is like enforcing my beliefs on other people is ridiculous, because everybody who plays any kind of game with any kind of moral code expects a certain level of fairness, expects a certain level of, you know, lacking bullshit, basically, as the Capra demon goes down in 3 swipes. That's where I died, folks. I got trapped up on the balcony, as I've mentioned in a previous video. Very dangerous. If you don't have the weapons I have on this moment, the pyromancy will help. You want to run past the Capra demon, up the stairs, kill the dogs, and then focus on killing him. I'll leave a link in this video to my playthrough where I fight him slightly different, and if this version doesn't help you, hopefully that will. But it's strange that some people don't realise that just because your opinion differs to theirs doesn't mean it's right. And it also doesn't mean it's wrong, because essentially it's an opinion. It's something structured off your own personal tastes that you're enforcing as if it's fact. And in my videos, I come across as if I'm saying a lot of the things I believe in are true and are fact and are solid gold, but they're not. Some of the things I say in these videos is purely based to get a response because they're ridiculous. And if you haven't realised that at this moment in time, with some of the things like somebody commented about me mentioning killing someone's entire family. And anyone who thinks I actually want to kill someone's entire family, you're not taking my content for what it's worth. You're missing the mark here. There is a joke and you're not part of it, unfortunately. If anything, you are the joke, if that's what you're thinking. And I know there can be a lot of subtext in writing, but sarcasm can be even more difficult to spot sometimes. So can subtext, so can satire, and you know, some people just aren't as quick as others, and it's not an insult to them or a compliment to others, it's just fact. I don't want to kill anybody. I say it because it's ridiculous. It's that simple. I am a hyperbolic machine. I specialise in hyperbole. It's just what I do. But as far as the Dark Souls rules and things goes, like, I expect a fair fight regardless of the situation. There is nowhere where it's written that you should be a dickhead to an invader. I mean, sure, if you're trying to get somewhere and they're trying to invade and you're busy or you're not in the mood for it, then you're probably going to go all out and be as bullshitty as you can if something's important to you, and it's understandable. But it's also understandable that if I bow to you and you bow back and then you act like a bitch, then I'm going to send you an angry message. To me, that is just simple logic, and anybody that doesn't understand that doesn't understand how the world works, or is a Christian. But it's just one of those things. Like, I went to a Catholic school when I was younger. Be careful when you drop down here, that second butcher always turns up, and for some reason while I recorded this, I had a lot of trouble with these butchers. They were beating me up. And the easy thing to do, it's because I'm using this shield and it's not very good. I would recommend, as I've mentioned before, using a shield with 100% physical protection and upgrading it so that its stability is pretty good, because you won't have the same issue I have when I block. But up here is Laurentius. This is the pyromancer who's going to give you the glove. This is the person who's going to help you break the game if you're not a pyromancer. But we'll probably see more of him in another video. But as I was saying before, the butcher interrupted my little tangent. I went to a Catholic school for my childhood and my secondary school, so not 15 years, how long is it really? You start when you're 4, I finished when I was 15, so give or take 11 years of my academic life was spent under this discipline of belief. And I'm not a Catholic, I'm not any religion, I'm not necessarily anti-religion, I'm just, anti-dumb shit. That's my stance on the whole thing. I look at things with logic, I look at things with reason and science, and unfortunately, one of the things that fares the worst is organised religions, because when you analyse them the way that I do, you see less of the good they do, less of the, the miracles and the awesome way that they help people and they build societies and they bring communities together, and you see more of the one dude living in a giant house that could fit, 500 people in it who are also currently starving on the street, and the church that doesn't get taxed, making millions a year, is also asking for donations from people that don't have enough money to feed and clothe their family. But this is not a religious rant, so it should have come out of nowhere, and I'm going to continue it in the next video because, I'm interested now. I've piqued my own curiosity. But thanks for watching, and you take care now.